December 16th, 1773. A single act of defiance that would change the course of history forever. Boston Tea Party. This isn't just about tea, it's about rebellion, taxes, and a growing sense of injustice, just like our world today. So how did a peaceful protest turn into a revolution? Let's find out. It's the 1770s. The American colonies are part of the British Empire, but there's growing tension. Britain has been fighting costly wars, especially the French and Indian War, and now they're looking for ways to pay off their debt. What better way than to tax the colonies? But here's the problem. The colonies have no say in British Parliament. They feel these taxes are unfair, and as the saying goes, no taxation without representation. One of the most hated taxes was the Tea Act of 1773. This law gave the British East India Company a monopoly on tea sales in the colonies, undercutting local merchants and making it clear that Britain was tightening its grip. The colonists were outraged, but things were about to get even more heated. On the night of December 16, 1773, a group of colonists known as the Sons of Liberty decided to take matters into their own hands. Dressed as Native Americans to disguise their identities, they boarded 3 British ships in Boston Harbor. Over the next 3 hours, they dumped 342 chests of tea into the water, worth about $1.7 million in today's money. This wasn't just a protest about tea, it was a statement. The colonists were sending a message loud and clear: we will not be controlled. Britain, of course, wasn't going to let this go. In response, they passed the Coercive Acts, known to the colonists as the Intolerable Acts. These laws closed Boston Harbor, dissolved local government, and allowed British soldiers to be quartered in colonial homes. It was an attempt to crush the rebellion before it could spread. But instead of quieting the colonies, the British crackdown only made things worse. Colonists united in their anger, and soon after, they formed the First Continental Congress, which would lay the groundwork for the American Revolution. Just 2 years later, in 1775, the first shots of the Revolution were fired at Lexington and Concord. The Boston Tea Party, while a relatively peaceful protest, became one of the key sparks that ignited a full-scale war for independence. The Boston Tea Party was more than just an act of vandalism. It was a pivotal moment that showed the colonists were willing to stand up to the British government. It was a protest against taxation, a fight for representation, and one of the sparks that ignited the American Revolution. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments what other historical events you'd like to see covered.